trainer. Can you help me out?
Elitiero Altamirano.
You freaking nailed that. Well done. All right, Taz, he is the owner and trainer of the son of More Than Ready. 7-year-old Chapel Barn, gonna get his picture taken today and certainly reward his backers, Greg.
17-1, did come out a little bit in the stretch, interfered potentially with that 3 windcracker, but that horse weakened in the stretch. So we'll wait and see if anything comes of that as we get back here to New York. Race 6. New York Preds, maiden special weight to kick off the late pick 4 at 6.5 furlongs. And it's Bob John Ray, first-time starter for the Chad Brown Barn, son of Good Magic. Current favorite on the board. Let's head downstairs to Richard Migliori.
Yeah, guys, I think this is a really interesting New York bred maiden race, and I'm just going to talk about first-time starters, starting with the 1, Barron's Bounce, homebred for Barry Schwartz's Stonewall Farm. Just an attractive son of Flatter. You know, he's got a tough post 1, needs to get out of there running, but he looks fit, looks well conditioned, and he's certainly acting very classy. He's just a horse that looks like he has a lot of intelligence, smarts about him. The 5 horse, Slow Down Big Andy. Bruce Savine, very capable with first-time starters. Like the way the Son of Loud Band looks. Bruce said, last couple works, he kind of started figuring it out. He still thinks he might be a bit green, but his last couple works were his best works. The 6, Bob John Ray, he's a standout physically. This is a horse that just checks all the boxes. He was training down at Payson Park. He's still got his Florida tan on. He looks very well prepared for his debut. And the 9 horse, Landauer, Gary Siaka, DT Stables, and Patrick Lewis, Steve Bick, DT Stables, and at the races with Steve Bick on the radio. He is here, Tove down with his wife Tina, and nice to see him here. It's the horse I think will be much better for a race, but I always like when you see the connections with a homebred show up in the paddock.
One of the best barns in the game, with a first-timer getting plenty of attention. That's the current favorite for this man right here, Chad Brown. Bob John Ray making the debut, son of the 2-year-old champ Good Magic. We'll have the post parade and tell you who might beat him when we come back as we get set for the start of the pick 4 at Aqueduct. Back with you on our FS2 coverage, America's Day at the Races, brought to you in part where you can play it all. Go to NowRevets.com, get signed up, started. Match 200, that code to use for new members that sign up to get this offer right here, that $200 deposit match, new customer bonus. There it is again, match 200. Again, at NYRABets.com. Pick 4 starts here. Coming up, New York Bred's maiden special weight, 6.5 furlong sprint. And a few first-time starters in this field. We start with one of them from the inside for Linda Rice.
There's pedigree on the female side of the family, but it's mostly for a route of ground, so I wonder if he'll want to go further down the line.
One of the more experienced runners in the race for Mark Hennig, Sorority Prank.
Yeah, last 2 starts on wet racetracks. Interested to see how this horse runs on a dry track.
A little bit of winterly pedigree with the 3 Alpha Cat.
And sold for a very modest amount, only $3,700, but Jorge Abreu, he's got good stats.
Second start, New Gelding for Mortgage Rate.
Yeah, this horse took no money on debut and also did not break very well.
Lots of winterly pedigree with Slow Down Big Andy.
Yeah, this first-time starter has quite a bit of precocity throughout his pedigree.
Here's the Chad Brown first-time starter, Bob John Ray.
You got to Google Bob John Ray Mechanicville, and you'll see why Chad named his horse this.
If you want a new car, he's the guy to talk to, by the way. Short time, 11-1.
This is a horse that was benefited by the racetrack last time.
Heavyweight champs, really good debut, and then what happened second time out?
Yeah, the debut, a ton of speed. Comes back, shows speed again. Maybe it was the muddy racetrack.
Gary Siaka, first timer, the 9.
This is a horse that had some sneaky good workouts back a couple of mornings ago, so definitely one to watch out for.
And a second-time starter on the outside. The Dam did produce a 6-time winner and minor stakes winner.
Yeah, this horse did not break first time out. Got beat by 16 lengths, but it wasn't as bad as I think it could have been.
So that's the field. Minute to post in the 6th. Starts this pick 4. 9-5 favorite. That 8 horse on your screen. Heavyweight champs. Let's go back to the debut. It was in Stakes Company in the New York Stallion Series. Set the pace. Weakened to 3rd behind Antonio Venice.
This is a horse that had been working well coming into this race, and I thought even though he's put up for 2nd officially in terms of the disqualification of Brick Ambush, this was a game effort from him to try to fight off some horses that had the experience edge on him. But last time I was a little bit disappointed by his non-effort.
Yeah, and look, I think in those situations you try to ask yourself, why did it happen? And you have to try to give yourself a legitimate reason to look back to that original start. And for me, I think you could possibly lean on the muddy racetrack. Also comes in off of a little bit of a short break, December 16th until February 3rd. Maybe it was a combination of those things. Maybe it was a 7 furlongs. I think if you want to take a chance here with the 8, there's probably some reasons. The problem is that they're 8-5. So, it's not really worth it, in my opinion, to kind of hope that one of those things is true for 8-5.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, it was 7-2 morning line, getting a lot of attention in here. It should be the one in front. We don't know what we're going to get from these first-time starters, but potentially one of these firsters has some speed and can pressure, because those who have run, they don't look like they're going to be the ones pressuring.
No, they don't. I mean, a horse that I like a little bit in Sorority Prank, he can be a little bit more forward than he was last time. I think he was really wide against a day where you wanted to be more towards the inside on the racetrack, and he's shown that he can run a little bit better than he did in that last out effort. But I know, Jonathan, you're interested in one of the first-timers.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look to the 1 down on the inside. I just thought it was an interesting price at 12-1. I understand the 6 looks the part out there, but I thought the 1 Barron's Bounce was interesting. A couple of quick works back prior, and then there's the kind of those maintenance 3 furlong works to me signifies fitness, right? If you know the horse is fit, you can work 3 furlongs, that last work before the race. If you're trying to play catch up is when you start working a little bit longer. So we know at least that the 1's fit.
Lot of money on that speedster right there, the 8 for Rudy Rodriguez. Kendrick Carmouche will try and take advantage and take it to this field early on this 3rd-time starter, heavyweight champ. Start of the pick 4 coming up. Let's go to Chris Griffin for the call.
Acting up there. That was Sorority Prank. Now is more settled, but rider is off. Slow down Big Andy. Trevor McCarthy getting back aboard.
Still working with the 5. Slow down, Big Andy. Is now in. Elfgar. Elfgar moves forward and in. All set. And they're off. Heavyweight Champs breaks right out to the front. Also with early speed is Elfgar is going to go right with this leader, but it's Heavyweight Champs who's clearly the leader. To the outside is Elfgar. Down towards the inside here comes Sorority Prank, is now alone in third. Traveling at the rail and moving forward, there comes Mortgage Rate, who's now going to track in the 4th spot. To the outside of that one comes Slow Down Big Andy, very strung out field here. Short Time, then comes Baron's Bounce. To the outside of that one is Alpha Cat. Looks like maybe being eased there is just at the back of the field. Landauer just got passed by Bob John Ray is the trailer. They work into the far turn, and the battle continues up front. It's Elfgar who takes it right to Heavyweight Champs, and these two boxing on. Elfgar at 34-1 is taking it right to the favorite, who's got more. The favorite, Heavyweight Champs, now puts a neck, now a half length back in front. Elfgar, they are 6 lengths clear here from an all-in Sorority Prank. The rest with some running to do. Heavyweight Champs at the top of the stretch has shrugged off the challenge so far from Elfgar, and Heavyweight Champs is just sprinting away. Heavyweight Champs is opening up 3-4 lengths now here as they approach a final furlong. Elfgar is a clear second. It is far, far back to the rest as they approach the 16th pole. It's all Heavyweight Champs. Heavyweight Champs is going to win this one easily. Heavyweight Champs wins it over Elfgar. From the outside, here's Bob John Ray up late for third, and then a 3-way photo for fourth. Then 1 minute 20 seconds flat.
Heavyweight Champs delivers a knockout blow to this field. I mean, that was dominant from the start. Grabbed command early of the front end under Kendrick Carmouche, and that was it.
Were you kind of surprised that no one really showed that much speed out of the first-time starters outside of this huge long shot in Elfgar?
Yeah, I mean, this is the way that dirt racing was meant to be won, right? You pop, you go to the front. You know, I guess when you look at Heavyweight Champs' past performances and you look at that debut, and then you look at the past effort, all of those kind of maybes that I had mentioned prior were all true. The problem is that it's a tricky proposition at 8-5. Even when they win like this, I still don't know if it was the best wager long term to be playing 8-5 shots with all of those things that you're hoping are going to change.
I think that's also because you're hoping that one of the other alternatives would have run a bit better than maybe they actually ended up doing, because of the horses with experience, he was absolutely the one to beat.
That debut race we talked about, but it was a head scratcher. What happened second time out? Maybe it was that muddy track. He just didn't like it all. He certainly liked things today. 8-5 favorite, including the competition he faced. 34-1 behind him. Tried to duel him early and then was no match in the stretch. Bob John Ray for Chad Brown third, and then Baron's Bounce for Linda Rice. First timer checks in fourth, but it was no doubt about it who was the best.